What's up guys, it's Tatyana and welcome back to my channel. And this week's video, I feel like it's gonna be maybe a week and a half, depending on how I'm feeling. But it's just gonna be like a little chill with me vlog, but we're also gonna try to tackle my March TBR. I ended up doing a short form video of me picking out my March TBR just because I'm not going to pick out enough books to be able to make a whole YouTube video about it, because like, to be real, it's very overwhelming seeing other people's like TBR videos, and it's 15 plus books. When I did my video, I only picked out like 4 books for this month. It's the 28th, by the way. It's February 28th, so it's about to be March, but I only picked out 4 books for me to try to read this month because it's so overwhelming. Like that's a lot. Why am I gonna try to read 15 books in 1 month, 30 books in 1 month? Y'all can do it, I can't. So I'm not gonna fake it. I'm not gonna sit here and pick out so many books to be like the rest of the bookish girlies just to not get to them. So I only picked out 4 books and I only did a short form video about it, which is gonna be up tomorrow on March 1st. Also, I'm gonna be cutting up this, I was gonna call this a watermelon. What's going on? I'm gonna be cutting up this pineapple because she's nice and ready to be cut up. She smells good, and I haven't even taken her clothes off yet. It smells really good. I can't wait to get into this. I wanted to tell you guys what my TBR list is. The first book that I'm reading right now currently is Honey and Spice, and I think I'm only on chapter 4, page 39. I'm pretty sure that I'm on chapter 4 of that book, so I'm not that far yet, but that has been started already. The next book that I have on my TBR is None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. It sounded like I said drool. Lisa Jewell. And this one's like a murder mystery type thing. I feel like I don't really know much about it, but I do have this book and I picked it because I did a TBR jar as well. I didn't even mention that, but I randomly picked out my TBR for this month, and this was the first one that I ended up picking out. I also got the book Church Girl by Naima Simone, and this one is something that, this is more of a recent like find that I put into my jar. And I'm happy that I did end up picking a book that I've wanted to read recently, because I feel like that keeps me on my toes. It's not a book that I've gotten a while ago that I didn't, why am I flowing this around? That I probably don't want to read right now. So this is another book that's on there. And the last book is more on the fantasy side, which honestly I can't wait to read. I feel like it's going to be really good. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lin Tan. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and start this video up because it is Saturday currently, and with tomorrow being Sunday, I'm most likely gonna read some of my book, because for the rest of today I'm going to have to edit my video that I have, which it just turned 1 p.m. on the dot. So all day today, that's what I'm gonna be doing. It's not gonna take me all day because I've been editing it as I went. Like as I recorded, I was editing. So it shouldn't take me that long to finish editing it at all. But that's gonna be the plan for today. I'm not gonna stand here and eat this in front of y'all right now. I'm gonna finish cutting it up and put it up, eat a little bit, because I also want to cut up some other fruits, not just pineapple. So I'm gonna do all of that. I'm gonna give myself a little portion as a snack for right now, and I'm gonna go in the room and start editing. So I'll talk to you guys later on. Y'all down? All right, I'll see y'all then. I got my fruit. I don't want to tip it, it's gonna fall, but I got oranges, pineapples, and blueberries. And y'all, these are organic blueberries. This is the first time I've ever seen them this big. Look how freaking ginormous that blueberry is. That's crazy, but they're so good. I'm gonna sit here and continue to edit. And yes, I edit on my tablet. It's not ideal, but I don't really have my own setup yet. But I'm almost done with it. I don't really have much else to edit. This is actually gonna be a really short video, so that's not too bad. I'm like a little over halfway done with the video actually. So it's not gonna take me long. I'm gonna finish editing this and get it scheduled for next Saturday. And at that point, I think I'm gonna use this day to chill out a little bit. I have some book girly videos to catch up on, so I'm gonna watch some of those for a good bit of the day. And I might end up picking up my book tonight as well. It all depends on my mood really. But I think at some point I am gonna start reading. Hey y'all, it is a few hours later, and as you can tell, I am in the car somewhere. I keep seeing on my TikTok that TJ Maxx has books now, so that's where we're at. We're about to go see if we can find some good books in TJ Maxx, and if there is books there and good ones, we're gonna see which ones there are. Because for some reason, I just feel like out of all TJ Maxx's in the world, of course mine is gonna be the one that don't have them. And depending on what time it is that I leave and how I feel, we might just go to Books A Million to make ourselves feel a little better about not being able to find books in here. So yeah, there's also a Home Goods next door. I don't know if Home Goods will have books though. I don't think so, but we're gonna look. I just had to show y'all that it looks really pretty out here tonight. It's about to be 6 o'clock. I got here just in time for the sun to not be fully down so I can at least get some recording, because I forgot my light. So if anything, I think I'm gonna have to just use my phone flash to get some light. But just in time for it to be dark by the time we get out the store. So that's fun. I wanted to film inside of the store, I really did. But one, the music was honestly really loud, and also it was packed. It was a lot of people in there. I kind of felt overstimulated to a point where I could barely film the video for my short form content. I got that at least, but talking to a camera is a whole nother thing. So I couldn't do it. But they did have books, which surprisingly, I did not go to Books A Million because by the time I got out of TJ Maxx, because I was walking around, it was a lot to look at. So I was just walking around for a while. But I did end up finding 3 books that I feel like I'd be interested in. They didn't really have that much of a selection like the other TJ Maxx videos, but they had enough. I can just put it on the screen so y'all can see what it looked like in there. It wasn't too bad at all, but it just wasn't, it didn't have what I've seen that they could have. And the prices are so good to a point where it's like, it's always so surprising whenever I can get books less than $13 each. Because my 2 birthday books, I ordered them off of Amazon and they both were less than $10 each, which was crazy. And each one of these books are less than $10 as well. I ended up getting 3, like I said, which is crazy. The first book that I ended up finding was Finding Mr. Perfect by Cody Gary. And I also, on top of everything, I said this in a previous video, I'm not really one to read the back of books. I like going into it blind because sometimes the back tells you the whole plot. And I don't want to know the whole plot getting into the book. I kind of want to find out the plot when I get into the book. So I didn't read none of the backs of these books at all. I decided whether or not I wanted to read it by looking at the cover alone. That's the type of girl I am. But I found this one, which is really cute. It's a cute cover. I think this is gonna be a cute little read. And this one was only $5.99. Crazy, right? That's insane. The next book that I found is Soul Searching by Lila Sage, which this book I've heard about, and I've also heard that she's kind of nasty. So when I seen this, I couldn't pass it up. It's a little more. It's $9.99, so it's like borderline 10. but I had to get her because this is probably one of the only books that I found in there that wasn't like a second or third to a series. I haven't even gotten the first two. So there she goes. And I hope I'm not wrong about that. I don't know. I don't think this is a series, right? I don't think this is a series. I think this is a standalone. Now the next book I got is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. Now this one's not really something that I wanted to grab or wanted to read. Everybody knows Frida McFadden. Everybody has heard that book if you read books. I mean, everyone has heard that name if you read books. So it's a hit or miss. There's a lot of people that be like, oh, well, I don't really like her books, her writing style, whatever. There's a lot of people that also is like, I like her writing style, it's easy to get through. So I just want to find out for myself. So I ended up grabbing The Boyfriend. I feel like this one's going to be, all of her books are toxic as heck, but I feel like this one's going to stir me in the right direction if I want to read more of her books. I feel like this one might hook me more. That's what I grabbed. This one was $7.99, so that's not bad. We did really good. We were able to achieve our mission, which is great. And yeah, this is the part about like creating a TBR that I have a problem with, because I just made my March TBR, but now I kind of want to read one of these. Now I could possibly switch one of my March TBRs out for one of these books. Is that cheating? It might be, but I think I might do that, y'all. Don't tell nobody, but I think I might do that. We'll figure that out when we get to it, honestly. But for now, we're gonna try to stay on track. The next thing I need for sure that I need to buy is a bookshelf. And I don't want just like a regular bookshelf. I kind of want, because it needs to be something small for like right now, for the time being, because like I told you guys, we just moved into this new place, so there's a bunch of furniture and stuff that we need to get to start furnishing and stuff. And I want to be able to put my books away, but I also don't need that big of a space. I don't want nothing super big, and I was thinking about getting like one of those skinny ones, but also they have like a lot of slots to be able to put the books on there, and I don't want to run out of space, or like as soon as I put my books on there I run out of space. I'm not trying to deal with that. So I need to go look for a bookshelf, because now my books are kind of getting, it's not crazy because I really don't have that much, but I just don't have nowhere to put them. That's really the problem. That's the biggest problem. I think that's all for tonight that I want to talk about for now. I think. Yeah, there's nothing in my head right now. It is almost 8 o'clock, so it's getting pretty late for me, at least, because I'm a grandma. I'm gonna just chill. I think I'm gonna read some of my book. Yeah, I'm gonna read some of my book. I'm gonna read some Honey and Spice. I'm gonna read for about an hour and a half. Not too long, because I'm gonna go to bed. I'm getting tired. I've been up since a decent time this morning. And oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna start editing this video. If not start editing the video, I need to at least move the video over to my tablet, so I will be able to edit probably tomorrow morning or something. But I know for a fact that I want to pick up my book a little bit, just for a little bit. I just want to read a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. So yeah, I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow, pretty sure tomorrow. Hey y'all, it is a few days later. I don't remember when I talked to y'all last, but as you can tell, I redid my hair, and it's like I talked about it in the last video, like about trying to embrace my natural hair since I've cut it, because I had locks for a few years and I cut them off completely, started from scratch, and I don't want to really like do too much with my hair when it comes to like braiding and putting so much tension on my scalp, because my hair is still short. Even though I can put them in braids, which I have earlier this year, I just don't want to always have to resort to putting it in braids because I don't feel comfortable wearing my natural hair. So I've been trying to do natural styles, kind of put it away so I'm not always combing at it. And today I actually just finished, it's 2:39, so I just finished my hair not even 15 minutes ago. But this is what I decided to do. I did some braids going down, braids in the back, and a few like plaits on the side and the back. Something simple, but it's still like really cute, honestly. This should be something that I can keep in for maybe a week and a half or two, just so I'm not combing my hair so much. Trying to get used to the short hair, that's really what it is. Not really about style, it's about the short hair because I got a big head. So everything is very prominent now that my hair is short. Like you can see my ears, you see the features of my face, like everything's way more prominent now. Forehead especially, like, okay girl. Since it's been a few days, I have read some of my book, not too much. I really did not get that far into it. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I have. I haven't read none today and I didn't read none yesterday. But the day before, I did some reading. It's saying that I am 25% into the book and I am now on chapter 8, which when I started back reading, I was on chapter 4. So I did get a few chapters in, which isn't too bad, 25%. But I did want to come to kind of what really happened is the fact that I don't want to read the TBR that I chose out of my jar. I really don't, because like I'm very much a mood reader and it doesn't make it no better that I just picked up new books and now I want to read one of those books. And what's really been kind of itching at me is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I really want to pick that up, so I think I'm going to, y'all. While I'm reading Honey and Spice, I don't know, but that's gonna be my next read for sure. I might go back to my TBR after I get this out of my system, or I might read another one of my newer books. So we'll just have to see what's going on. I want to read Honey and Spice because it's a good book. I like it so far because I've already started reading it. But the other three books, I don't know if I'll get to them yet because they are books I want to read, of course, but it's just I'm getting a taste for like some type of thriller. Because I haven't read a thriller in I'm not even gonna lie, ever since I read the Magic Tree House books back in middle school, I really have not read a thriller. I've read Stephen King, I guess, but that was like more middle school, early high school. I don't really count 9th grade as like high school because I stopped reading in 9th grade completely. I just started doing other stuff. But that's the last time I've read any type of like thriller or horror or anything like that. So I want to read The Boyfriend as of right now though, because I do want to get a head start on this video. I still have not started editing and I've been gone for days. I should have already did this, but I need to export all of my footage onto my tablet and start editing. So I want to do that for a little bit. Hey y'all, it's loud. First of all, I need this light. It's loud because it's kind of hot, but like kind of, I'm so cold. I have my fan going because I don't want like the whole house AC going right now. So it's gonna be a little loud right now, but I wanted to come and talk to y'all because yesterday we got some crazy news. Today it is currently Thursday, March 5th. So yesterday, Sarah J. Maas was on Call Her Daddy's podcast and she told us that we're getting 2 more ACOTAR books by the end of the year. Originally, I did not want to watch the podcast, but then I keep seeing clips of her talking about the actual characters, which of course she's gonna do that. I don't know what I was thinking, but I guess I just didn't have the patience yesterday to watch the podcast for myself and know when the books are coming out, because I knew that she was gonna talk about the book releases, so I just waited until everybody posted about it so I can know the book releases. But I think I'm about to watch the podcast like right now. I finished A Court of Silver Flames earlier this year, like in January, so I just finished the series, and this is like perfect timing that new books are coming out because in December and January there's going to be 2 new ones, and I'm really hoping that they're in paperbacks because I don't want hardcovers. I can't wait for it, and I just had to come on here and tell y'all so I can basically document when I found out, so later in the year whenever I'm actually reading it, I can go back to this video and be like, oh yeah, I remember whenever she announced, you know. I guess since I'm here, I'll also give a book update. I didn't read that much more last night. I got to 33% of the book, so we read a little bit but not that much. But a little later today we're gonna start back reading, and I'm gonna come and talk to y'all. Hey y'all, it's been a little while, I'm not gonna lie. Truly, I'm not. I don't remember the last time I did record, but it's March 20th and I completely did not read it all. I don't know why. It put me in a rut trying to do a March like TBR, like a TBR like book that I am going to read. Doing it like mystery pick, that put me in a rut. I don't understand like the logic with that, because I was perfectly fine literally February. I literally read 2 books in February, so I don't understand why it did that. But we've already gone over the fact that we're not even gonna try to stick to that TBR, because look what it did to me. Obviously that's some crazy stuff. I didn't even get a video out last Saturday, and it's Friday, so I'm not gonna have a video this Saturday either. 2 weeks. It's insane. I'm for sure gonna lock in now, because there's some things that has happened within these 2 weeks. Literally, I started trying to utilize the Libby app, because I want to do more like immersive reading, because I feel like listening to a book gets me into a book more, because whenever I'm doing other stuff, when I can't pick up the book, I can still read the book. And so that helps me a lot. That helps me get through a lot of books, considering I'm always cleaning, or if I'm driving, it's always there and I'm always listening. So I want to utilize the Libby app, and I ended up renting out Red Rising audiobook, and they give you a 2-week period. I did not touch it at all, and now I have to turn it back in 3 days. Yeah, this video is gonna start off rocky for sure, but I'm not gonna cut it out at all, because this is real life for me. This is my real life. There's times where I can read back to back to back like I was doing, but then there's times where I literally don't want to pick up a book because I set an expectation for myself that overwhelms me. But for sure, I want to start reading Red Rising, because like I said, I am able to immersively read this one, listen to the book while going along with it, or when I'm in the kitchen cleaning or cooking, I can put my headphones on and listen to the book some more. So it's real convenient for that. Like I said, I have to return it in 3 days. So the goal is to read a 16-hour book in 3 days before I have to return it. The other book that I have, which I wish I could finish both of them within like the next 2 days, but I don't think that's gonna work like that. Put Honey and Spice on hold, and that is also ready to be borrowed as well, but I don't want to overwhelm myself by borrowing both of them and it's like going crazy, because I am in the middle of reading Honey and Spice, and I think I kind of want something more lore inducing, and I've heard Red Rising is a good book, so I think that's gonna be what I want to start reading. I'm just going to put Honey and Spice on the side. I'm going to finish it. I'm not going to DNF it, but I'm just gonna put it on the side, and I'm gonna start reading Red Rising. And I know I can do it in 3 days. Come on now. I know I can do it in 3 days. Technically, probably only 2 days, because it's 4:22 p.m. today, and by the end of today it's gonna be 2 days. So basically 2 days can I finish this book. I feel like I can. I do want to show y'all 2 new books that I ended up picking up. Are we surprised? But hey, One of them was a new release of this year. It just came out this month, and I seen that they had it at Walmart, surprisingly, because I was gonna pick it up at Target. I kind of wanted to pick it up at Target because of the sprayed edges, but then I seen it at Walmart and I just couldn't pass it up because I don't know when I'm gonna go to Target, because Target's on the other side of town when Walmart's right down the street. So I just picked which one I wanted to do, because if it's right here in my face, why do I want to drive farther? Let me get the book. Y'all probably already know what it is. If y'all are readers and in book talk world, y'all probably know what book it is, but give me a second. Like I said, I got 2 books. I'm gonna show the first one because this one right here, it's not a new release, but it's an anticipated author that I want to try to read. Her name is Tatyana Hibbert. I haven't read anything of hers, but I have a few of her books on my TBR, and I seen this one in store and I thought it was a pretty cover, and I do want to dabble in her writing anyway, so I went ahead and picked that up because, like I said, I was at Walmart and they don't really have like good black, like they don't have targeted black authors that like I want to read personally, and I hear a whole bunch of other black booktubers talk about. Walmart don't carry their books, and that's one reason why I do like Target more, because Target carries a little more than Walmart does. Realistically, all I have close to me is a Books A Million, and Books A Million kind of overwhelms me because of their setup, but that's where I'm gonna have to go, or I'll just order it on Amazon if I want other black creators. That's what I'm gonna have to do. But I ended up finding this book, so I want to dabble in that. It's called A Girl Like Her. I didn't read the back because I've told y'all before, I'm not the type to want to read what a book is about before getting it. I truly seen who the author was and put it in the cart. That's what I did, like no lie. I did not read the back, so we're gonna explore this together. I'm gonna look on Goodreads and see what genre this is, like if it's a YA or anything. A Ravenwood novel. Don't tell me this is a series. I hope this isn't a series. I'm gonna have to look it up on Goodreads for sure. I just realized it did have like sprayed edges, but it's like this tiniest bit of sprayed edges. It's like ombre right here and on top. That's pretty cute. I didn't realize it was sprayed. The next book is Just Friends by Haley Pham, and I was so surprised to see this in Walmart, truly, because I really thought that I would only get it from Target, because that's where I've seen a lot of people pick it up, and I absolutely love the sprayed edges they had at Target, but I picked my poison, and it's the regular, but it's okay. It's okay, because at least I got a copy and I can read it. I've watched Haley Pham's videos for like the past, I'd give myself 6 years, because like she was the first really booktuber that I watched. Whenever it wasn't really booktube, she was like dabbling. She was like doing some videos about books and some videos about other stuff, and I was watching her for the other stuff, but then she started dabbling in the books, and it got me interested to a point where she like completely transitioned into like a book talker. I'm a booktuber. So I've watched her for a long time, and she was talking about this book and the creation of this book, it's just something that I felt like I wanted to read. Even if me personally I don't like it, I wanted to have it in my collection as well, since it's just the memoration of, I love her writing styles. Wasn't really my favorite, but at least I read it, and I can positively say that like I was there for her first debut novel. I don't know why that came off of my tongue weird, but I feel like I'm gonna like it. I am so scared to watch other people's videos like reviewing it, because before it came out fully, there was some people that got sent the book and they were talking about it or talking negatively about it, not even reading the book. I don't know what they were saying. I really don't want to know. I want to read the book first for myself and then go back and watch other people's reviews about it, because I just don't want to be spoiled, and also I don't want to have somebody else's thoughts go through my head when I'm reading this book. And yeah, just take that away and go through it blind like I do any other book. This is for sure an anticipated read. I can't wait to get into this one. I still haven't touched The Boyfriend either by Freddie McFadden. When I tell y'all, like, me wanting to really read these books on my TBR pushed every other book back. It did, because like I said, whenever I was talking about Libby, I was trying to utilize those, and originally I was trying to get those audiobooks so I can immersive read them, because I feel like it'd be better for me in my head to get through. But none of the books was ready to borrow. Still not ready to borrow now. The only books that I can borrow now is Red Rising and Honey and Spice. And Honey and Spice is on my TBR, but I just was able to borrow it yesterday. That's also what got me into like needing to record and needing to read both of the books that I can borrow now, because it's just I'm wasting time. If I'm gonna use this library app, then I need to actually use it instead of like holding up a book for 2 weeks and never touching it. And I think they suspend you for a few weeks or so before you can borrow a book again. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. Hey y'all, it's a few hours later. I'm 2 hours and 14 minutes into the audiobook. And I am on what? I'm on chapter 7 of Red Rising right now. And I don't want to really give spoilers because, yeah, it's a popular book, but I don't know if people want to read it. And I don't want to, like, say too much. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it right now. Spoilers might be included. I don't know. Because I'm still so early into the book, so it's just like getting to know the characters. But like, everything happens so fast as well, and I'm only on chapter 7. First of all, the main character and his wife is like young as hell. They're like 16. I don't know if his wife is 16, but they're super young, having to do so much. And the fact that 35 is considered old because of the amount of work and labor they do that affects their bodies and their looks and their faces, that make them look horrendous. That's crazy. But I mainly came on because something kind of threw me off. I'm at the part where the main character's wife, she basically sacrificed herself. She got killed, and he broke another rule, which led to him getting killed as well. But instead of him dying, they kind of faked it a little bit. He was still severely hurt and literally buried alive, but I guess they didn't fully kill him. They were supposed to like snap his neck after, just to make sure he was dead, but they didn't. So that's where I'm at now. And mind you, his wife just died not that long ago. And the people that come and gets him from his grave after he comes back from being buried alive, he's saying that she's more beautiful than his wife that just died. What, maybe 2 days ago? Probably not even 2 days ago. Yesterday? Like, that kind of threw me off, because what are you talking about? She did more fighting than you during her death than you did for her. You literally was committing suicide. He knows that it's a rule to not bury like their loved ones, let alone the place that he buried her at, and he did both of those. Basically a suicide mission. She did more during her death than he did. He just gave up. And the first girl you come across, she's more beautiful than your wife. Cause don't piss me off. That's some insane work right there. Will you be my leading lady? I wanna call you and get a little maybe. In the meantime,
time. I don't know.
Just doing what you want. Only been a few hours, but it feel like days. Only been days, but it feel like months.
Hey y'all, it is the next day and I kind of bed rotted for a little bit this morning, scrolling on my phone. Are we surprised? I probably shouldn't have because we are on time schedule when it comes to this book and I'm still only 2 hours and like 18 minutes into the book. So I kind of messed up. It's about to be 1 p.m. It's 12:41 and I'm ready to lock back in on the book. I fully am prepared. I made myself a coffee, also refilled my water bottle so we can make sure we hydrate while we're drinking coffee. My tablet is fully charged. I need to put my phone on the charger though because yeah, I ran her dead this morning. We're at 14%. So I'm just going to I'm gonna play the book on here, put this on the charger. My headphones are, I don't know if they're going dead yet. Well, I have no clue. Because I'm charging my phone, I have no clue how much battery these have. So we're just gonna listen until these go dead. I'm gonna charge these up and while I'm charging it up, I'm going to put some of this footage on my tablet to start editing. So I can actually get this video up by Saturday because right now it's Saturday. So I still have like a whole week to be able to finish editing after I'm done because I don't know how far this video is gonna go. I just know that something needs to go up. Something needs to go up soon. I don't know if I talked about it, but my next adventure is going to be Fourth Wing, which I'm really iffy about starting now that Sarah J. Maas said that 6 and 7's coming out. So like, do I want to get into Fourth Wing now or start Throne of Glass and Crescent City? Because I haven't read neither of those. This is the overwhelming part about reading, but I wanted to do like a immersive reading series for Fourth Wing because I have all 3 audiobooks. Like the I forgot what they're called. It's the audiobooks that like they basically act out and have the sounds and like make it more realistic. I forgot what type of audiobooks those are called, but I have those audiobooks for all 3 of the Fourth Wing books. And then on top of that, Rebecca just said number 4 is coming out. Girl, I haven't even read number 1. Give me a little bit of time. There's a lot going on. I think I might do like a short form video seeing if anybody's gonna like answer my question because I don't know which way to go. Like, should I start Fourth Wing since number 4 is coming out, or should I start Throne of Glass and Crescent City since 6 and 7's coming out? Of Avatar, just in case you don't know which books I'm talking about by Sarah J. Maas. But I don't know, I'm not fully sure what to do. But what I do know is we're going to keep reading Red Rising, and that's a whole nother thing too, because I didn't realize how many books are in Red Rising. I thought Red Rising was relatively new. No, it's not. There's like, what was it? There was like 4 or 5 books. If not, there's 4 books and the 5th one's about to come out later this year. And it kind of blew my mind. I thought it was like a relatively new series, and it's not at all. So that's a whole nother overwhelming thing. I'm getting myself into a pretty decently sized book series that's not even done yet. Oh, there's 6. There's 6 Red Rising books already, and number 7's coming out in July. Speaking of needing to charge things, my camera is literally dying on me. So I'm gonna charge that as well. I'm gonna stop yapping. We're gonna listen and read Red Rising, and we'll get to when we're gonna read the other books when that time comes. I just want to get to the first one so I know how I'm feeling and if I like it. So I'll talk to y'all later today. Hey y'all, it is a few hours later, and like I told y'all, I was gonna come back. I was gonna listen until my headphones die, and they literally just died. And it's 5:52, about to be 6 p.m. So I got a good bit of the book read. I am now, I think it's like 6 hours into the book. I'm 6 hours and 18 minutes into the audiobook, and I am 40% into the book. My headphones died at the perfect time at the beginning of chapter 21. So that's where I'm at right now. That was our stopping point. Honestly, so far with me being on chapter 21, first of all, this book has gone by pretty fast, pretty like small chapters, and a lot has happened. So many characters have been introduced to a point where I can barely remember everyone's name. I'm pretty sure the last time I talked to y'all about the book, his wife died and he was supposed to die but ended up not dying. He got saved. So what's happened now is him being transformed into one of the higher status people, because everybody's in groups of like, everybody's at like different levels of power based on like colors that they're born into. So he's like at the very lowest of low. That's what he was born into, and he's getting turned to the very highest of high to be able to destroy them from the inside, basically. So we've gotten to that point already. He's had to kill his first person, which is sad because it was technically his first friend ever since being a gold, basically. The first person he met, he had to end up killing, which is kind of sad because he didn't want to, obviously. Like, he's not here to kill everybody that's just playing the same game that he's playing. He's here to kill the people that are knowingly just making everything worse for the other people. So it's getting pretty, we're getting close to the meat of the situation, but we're still kind of at the point of trying to set the scene, basically. And that's why I feel like there are so many books, because they're like very slow burn. Like, you can tell they're setting something up for like something bigger, like way bigger, something that I can probably not even think about right now. That's something that I can't wait to read. And just like I said before, I don't know if I want to keep reading this series or like in between start reading Throne of Glass, but both of these series are pretty decent sizes and I don't want to forget what's going on. Same thing with Fourth Wing. Like, if it's literally a series that's not a standalone, I can't read series all at once. I don't see how people can do it. I don't understand, because it's like my brain can't keep up with all of that. And it's really loud, my bad, y'all. I just know that if I don't record now, I'm probably not going to later and remember exactly what I need to say, but that's the washer sitting there going all crazy. Just disrespectful. For the next few hours until my headphones charge, which they won't take that long, I want to listen to my book while I cook tonight, so I'm just gonna let that charge. This is actually real perfect timing for that to die. I'm gonna let it charge. I'm going to export some of my videos and edit a little bit and come back to y'all possibly tonight or tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna for sure keep listening to this book. I'm trying to get as much done as possible. We are now at the end of the second day before my book goes back into the back to the Libby universe. I don't know, but I feel like we're doing good on time, because I'm like just below 10 hours left of the book and I can knock that out tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it down to 8 to 7 hours tonight, so I have like 7 hours tomorrow. Hey y'all, first of all, gray was not a good choice to wear because I'm literally blending in with the wall, the blanket, pillows. Dang, but it's whatever. It is the next day, obviously, and I have been listening and reading the book for the most part this morning. I ended up waking up a little bit after 9:30, like 9:40, and I started listening to the book, and ended up getting, I'm on chapter 31 right now. I'm taking a little break because my eyes are kind of hurting from just staring at a screen for that long, so I'm just taking a little screen break. And I thought maybe to just come on and update y'all because I haven't talked to y'all yet today. It's saying that I'm 61% into the audiobook and I'm at 9 hours and 54 minutes. So I'm close to hitting the 10-hour mark, and I have 6 hours and 18 minutes left of the audiobook. So we're getting through it pretty decently. It still says it's due in a day. I don't know if that means I have all day tomorrow too. I'm hoping I can get this finished. Worst case scenario, get enough done so like I won't have that much I have to read aside from the audiobook, you know. Also, speaking of audiobooks, I got a notification at like 2 a.m. This morning saying if I don't borrow, the air just kicked on, but I got a notification at like 2 a.m. saying if I don't borrow Honey and Spice now, then I'm not gonna be able to borrow it for a little while because there's people in line for it. So I ended up borrowing it this morning, which means that like I have a full 2 weeks to finish this audiobook, which isn't too bad. After I finish Red Rising, I can get through Honey and Spice because Honey and Spice is only a 12-hour audiobook and I'm like 33% into the book already. So it shouldn't be too much to get through. And about Red Rising, like I said yesterday, you can tell this first book is very world building. Like yeah, it has like stuff going on, but it's more like, I feel like the best way to explain it is like you're looking through the eyes of a spy that's on the inside of some place they're trying to take over and like seek revenge from. That's the best way I can explain it because that's exactly how it is. I said already that Darrow is considered a red, which is like the very lowest of low class, and he got turned into a gold, which is the highest, and he ended up meeting another gold that turns out he was a red before, turned into gold, but he turned into like a real bad dude. Like he was doing some fucked up shit to a point where he had no choice but to be like, well, yeah, we're family, but you gotta go, you gotta die, basically. That's happened. He's basically the leader of this whole like house because they got split into different houses. I think it's some initiation kind of ritual thing when it comes to the gold. You're in these houses and whoever survives longest out of these houses, y'all fight the other houses. Whoever can survive the most is obviously the more powerful one and can own the right to be called a high power gold. So that's what's going on right now. And Darrow, he is the leader of his said house now, and everybody respects him for the most part. All of the other houses know about him. As of right now, him and this other dude is captured kind of by another house, but like they're not really in danger. I don't know if it's like captured or not. I think they tried to make it seem like they were capturing him, but not to hurt them yet. But he was straight up with them. He was like, yeah, I need y'all to take care of somebody so I can attack y'all, straight up. Like, that's why I'm here. He's being very badass right now, not gonna lie. I'm liking it so far. It is completely different from what I'm used to reading because I feel I'm usually the type of person that's like, well, if there is no romance, I don't know if I could get into it. Because I tried last year, I read this book called Dragonfall, which was kind of similar to this. It's more of like an action-y. It had some bits of romance, but it wasn't like completely reliant on the romance aspect. It was more action and fighting. Dragons were big, like played a big role in it. And I think I gave it a 2-star, but that's only because it's like I liked it, but I wasn't that interested in it. But this one so far, since the very first book is like more world building and giving you the lore, like background lore of the said character, then I mean, it's not as bad. And it's not that much to keep up with. Like, there's a lot of characters, yes, but there's like also not other entities. Like, there are people that are called pixies. There are people that have wings, but they're not like very significant to the story. It's just like, if you're a higher power, you may got wings, or you may have, I think, some type of boots that like make them fly or something, helps them fly around, something like that. It's not too crazy. Everybody bleeds the same at the end of the day. That's why I feel like this story, it's easier to grasp for me. I want to know if the other books are based around Daro as well, but I don't want to look it up on Goodreads because they're going to give me like a spoiler of what the book is going to be about, and I just want to know what character we're following, not like what it's about. I wonder if like the whole series follows him, or at some point is he going to die and it's going to follow somebody else, or is it just going to like completely move on to the next person in the next book? I don't know. It's hard for me not to want to just cheat and look it up. Hey y'all, it's been a few days since I talked to y'all. I was completely planning on finishing Red Rising, I'm not gonna lie, but it got to a point where it really did hurt my head to stare at the screen, and I do think it's a mixture of the fact that I need glasses and I'm using a big behind tablet. So I did have to like take a little break, but I did want to keep reading one of my books, and I told y'all earlier that I had Honey and Spice rented out on Libby, so I started listening to that, and I got like a good bit into that book, which is really good. So it's not like I didn't do anything, but I didn't do what I said I was gonna do. I couldn't finish reading Red Rising, but I will finish Red Rising because next week's video is going to be a challenge video. The goal is to be able to finish these 2 books and then start a 3rd book for next week. So since it is Thursday and I need to continue and finish editing this because I want it up by Saturday because it's already been 2 weeks since I didn't post, I'm gonna leave y'all on a cliffhanger. I sure am. For those who want an update on where I'm at in Red Rising, I don't really know if this is considered spoilers, I guess. I ended up stopping on like the beginning of chapter 36 of Red Rising. So what I can remember, because like I said, it's been a few days, what I can remember is we're now at the point where Cassius, I think, I want to call him Cassian because I read the Akatar series last year. For some reason I want to call him Cassian. I think his name is Cassius though. He ends up finding out that Daro killed his brother. He was the one that killed his brother because of like basically the dude that, I forgot what they called him. And I could just go back into the book and find the words, but honestly, y'all are getting the raw and uncut because I can't remember phrases or names worth a thing, especially in a fantasy story where it's all like made up for the plot. Girl, don't even get me started. I can't remember half of that stuff. The top dude that they basically want to win, like the higher ups placed him there and he's supposed to be the winner. That dude told Cassius that like, oh yeah, your little friend over there, he's the one that killed your brother, basically. So Cassius got pissed off, they fought or whatever. He left him to bleed out somewhere, and I think Mustang is the one that found Daro, nursed him back to health, and now they're running together. That happened like maybe a few chapters ago. These last few chapters has been him and Mustang basically trying to form another group outside of the houses that they were originally in, because Mustang's house got all messed up and Daro's basically kicked out of the other house because Cassius asserted his dominance and all that extra stuff. So he's trying to do all of that, and I feel like the way he's doing it now is probably better, because originally it's like with him being the leader of the house, it's just like most people are behind him due to fear. They see how powerful he is and they're like, well, I don't want to cross him because he could kill me. So the way that he's doing it now, he's trying to make positive alliances and be like, hey, I'm trying to do this, let's work together, instead of basically threatening, if you don't come and do this for me, then I'm gonna kill you type thing. So it feels very character building in a way, because of the fact that of his background, him wanting, like him basically being a spy for the Reds into like the gold territory or whatever. He is creating bonds now. He's now finding his place within the realm of the golds while also trying to stay alive and try to win even though all the odds are against him. Like, he was told that you're not meant to win. This dude is meant to win. And if he doesn't win, then everybody up, the higher ups are going to be mad because they're also watching these people. It's like Hunger Games, actually. Now that I'm connecting these dots, it's kind of like Hunger Games, but it's also like the 100 in a way, where they like drop hundreds of these teenagers. Basically, I feel like they're like teenagers, mid-20s, the younger leveled golds, I guess I could say, in different groups or whatever, and make them basically fight to the death and see who wins, basically. Right now, he's on a journey to create alliances and find the I really can't remember what his name is. What is his name? The Jackal is the one that they basically rigged to win, but the Jackal is also the one that's gone around causing issues because he knows a lot of stuff, because his dad is one of the higher dudes, so he knows a lot. He's the reason why Cassius tried to kill Darrow. He's basically sitting on hierarchy already because he don't got to do much, and he's like, yeah, my daddy already made it to where I'm gonna win regardless. Darrow's after his head as we speak. He's creating alliances and he's after his head as we speak. So that's where I'm at right now. We're getting like real close to the end of the book, and I'm liking it so far. I'm scared about how it's gonna end. I heard that in this first book there's not that much like emotional things happening when it comes to character deaths and stuff, but that does happen at some point. So I can't wait for that, and this is really making me want to just start the second book afterwards, but we're not going to do that. I want to take a little break because with books like this, with character building, I need to get everything outside of my system. I'm still reading Honey and Spice, and I do want to read Just Friends before I get into Golden Star, I think is the second book. So those are like two books that I know for sure I want to get through. Yeah, I think I've yapped enough. I gave some updates, so it's not completely a cliffhanger, but it is still a cliffhanger because I'm not done with the book. But I do want to end it here before this video gets way longer than it should be, because it's already hitting the 40-minute mark and I still have more clips to add to the video. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and like let me know how y'all are feeling. If y'all have ever read Red Rising vibes, let me know without spoiling, and also give me other book recommendations that I can read like in between these big series, because I have a few, but those are gonna go really quickly because I have the rest of Red Rising. I have Fourth Wing to start, and I still have Throne of Glass. Some pretty big series that I need to get through, and I need some like short palette cleansers in between a few books just so I can recuperate, because if I do the same thing I did with Akatar, it like actually destroyed me. I read them back to 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 back. I'm trying to calm down on like the longer series, because Akatar was only like what, 4 or 5 books? 5 books. Red Rising's like 7. Throne of Glass is like 7, 8. So these bigger series, I need some more books. Give me recommendations down below. And if you want to follow me on any of my socials, I do post book content as well as like regular lifestyle content. If you are interested in any of that, my Linktree is down below and it has the links to all of my socials. And with that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.